That's it. It's been fun. It was great while it lasted. If you want to know where to find me, you can catch me bagging your groceries at the checkout line at Target. Today, we're going to react to some of my favorite clips from the congressional hearing about TikTok and some of just the ridiculous questions and unintelligible answers that they're giving throughout this whole proceeding. I have watched TikTok almost get banned 3 or 4 times now, and this one is definitely the closest it's ever gotten. And I tell you, I would be lying if I didn't say I was shitting my pants because of this whole situation going on. Much, much more because the people who are asking the questions are absolute boneheads. So, man, I don't know how this is going to go, but it's not looking good for your boy, Lyon Mental Health. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit subscribe. I guess YouTube is where I'm going to live now because TikTok is dead. RIP. We'll remember you when the time has passed. But if you want to hear my thoughts about TikTok, the security risks, and how the congressional hearing is going, stick around to the end of the video where I monologue a little bit about really how I feel as a content creator with 2.5 million followers on TikTok about this whole situation. So let's take a look at some of these clips.
You know, you see behind me, if you look behind me, Mr. Crew, you see some of the challenges that we've seen on TikTok. You know about them. You know about the milk.
I mean, I don't want to start off too strong here, but does not this guy sound like the quintessential cliche voice from like a South Park character of some guy from like South Carolina or something like that? I mean, you can't make this shit up. Like, it's too fucking perfect.
Milk crate. You know about the blackout challenge. You know about the NyQuil chicken challenge, the Benadryl challenge, the Dragon's Breath liquid nitrogen trend, or the challenge that promotes car theft. I want to ask you,
This is what's crazy about this. Like, as I watch the whole proceeding and the whole congressional hearing go on, they're blaming TikTok for things that stupid Americans do. Like, how are you supposed to control Americans from being stupid? I mean, I think the government would think that's its job. So like, if the government can't do it, how's TikTok supposed to do it? I mean, it's not promoting it. It takes this shit down. But yeah, people do stupid trends. And you see that, like, I think worse on the other social media apps. TikTok just happens to be in the limelight right now. So how are you supposed to stop people from being stupid? You can't regulate that.
I understand that there's a sister app in China, Douyin. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation. Do they have these same things over there? Do they have these kind of challenges in China?
Congressman, I'm really glad you asked this question.
Yeah. Do they, yes or no?
The other thing that frustrates me so much, they won't even give this guy a chance to answer. Like, they never let him actually explain. Because, I mean, my thought about it is they may be in China, they may not. But, like, let's think about China. You're criticizing it for being an oppressive CCP socialist communist country, right? So, like, probably not, because the government regulates everything, which isn't that, like, the freedom of Americans to do stupid stuff? Isn't that, like, our claim to fame?
I'm not sure because...
Yeah, whoa, come on now. You're not sure?
I really am not sure.
But you're in the pocket of the CCP. You know everything that's going on in China, don't you, Mr. Xu?
Remember, you took the chair lady. She said you got to tell the truth, okay?
What is this? What is this fucking intimidation tactic? Now remember, you swore to tell the truth. We'll throw you in jail if you don't give the answer that I want you to tell.
Do you know whether they have these kind of challenges like this over in China? Because it's my understanding they don't.
From what source?
I'm not sure because I spend my energies running TikTok.
And
you think the guy from China actually like downloaded the Chinese app to like see what kind of bullshit trends were over there? No, yeah. I doubt he knows anything. This is ridiculous.
Don't look at any of your other competitors or look at anything similar to yours. So you...
That's a gross exaggeration. Of course he does, but probably not in communist China.
Don't know whether they have. They don't have this over in China.
I did.
We have it here, but they don't have it here. And that's why...
Did he didn't even answer it? What the...
I'm asking you this. Why is it that TikTok consistently fails to identify and moderate these kinds of harmful videos?
And that's what gets me, right? Is like, I have been terrified of losing my channel because TikTok is the most censored and like most carefully and pristinely kept social media app in existence. If I did... There's so much more shit I could do on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook that like wouldn't get me in trouble. But like TikTok is so careful about like keeping the app pristine and banning people for things that really shouldn't even be banned that I've been petrified of losing my account because I've watched huge multi-million follower accounts go down because of false accusations, people mass reporting. So it's like, the frustration for me as a creator is I'm terrified of the thing that they're accusing them of not doing. Like, I've been so afraid of losing my app because something's misinterpreted. I talk about sex dreams. I talk about violence in dreams. So like, if that was misheard by the algorithm and then they're like, oh, Lyon Mental Health talks about sex and violence, so shutting down his account. I've been horrified. And that's why I often like change words or gloss over words without saying them. Anyway.
Why is it? Why is it that you allow this to go on? We've already heard, God bless you, from parents who are here with us, who have lost children. I submit to you, everybody up here.
Why are you not parenting their kids? You should be in charge of parenting their kids. You should make sure that they are, following the rules, going to school and doing their reading material when they're on summer break.
Cares about the children of this country.
Do you not care about the kids? Senator from Georgia who's okay with the guns and all that stuff.
Tell me why.
Tell me why.
This is a real industry challenge, and we're working
No,
very
it's not
hard.
industry. This is TikTok.
Shut the fuck up and say the answer I want you to say. Damn it.
We're talking about TikTok. We're talking about...
when did the sassy gospel church come in? We're talking about TikTok. Look at him slamming his hand. You know who else slammed their hands during speeches?
Blood alone moves the wheels of history.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Chu, I got to hand it to you. You've actually done something that in the last 3 to 4 years has not happened, except for the exception of maybe Vladimir Putin. You have unified Republicans and Democrats.
Dude, the poster boards fucking kill me, man. What is these poster boards? What is this? Is this my 5th grade science project? Mom, can you get me some poster board from the local Walmart? I got a big presentation down at the Congress. Okay, I got to make sure to put this shit together.
And if only for a day, we're actually unified because we have serious concerns.
Does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
What? That's how it connects to the internet. This is my favorite. This is the most played clip. And it's like, what in the fuck, North Carolina, Mr. Hudson?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the...
So if I have a TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
It will have to access the network to get connections to the internet.
So you're telling me that if I open up the TikTok app on my phone, you're saying it connects to the internet, the World Wide Web, that is also connected to the CCP and the International Communist Party of China? The fuck?
If that's the question.
Is it possible then that it could access other devices on that home Wi-Fi network?
Congressman, we do not do anything that is beyond any industry norms. I believe the answer to your question is no. It could be technical.
I gotta give it to this guy, man. He's trying. He's like, what the fuck? And he's like, Mr. Congressman, I'm trying to be respectful, but you being a hell of a dumbass right now. Maybe if he had like a Southern Georgia accent, like that would help his case, I don't know. Now, I don't know about Mr. Shou Chew. Like, he seems, if he's the CEO of TikTok and has led it to the great success that it is, I imagine he's a pretty intelligent individual. And so he's over here like, yeah, it does connect to the internet. That is how the application works.
Nicole, let me get back to you.
Okay, I'd appreciate it if you could answer that. Does TikTok...
The fuck?
When am I going to get paid for the data you're getting from my children, my grandchildren?
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Does TikTok...
What am I going to get paid from the data? What are you talking about? These
Can
edits
you
are
say
so great.
with 100% certainty that TikTok does not use the phone's camera to determine whether the content that elicits a pupil dilation should be amplified by the algorithm?
What is this? They're thinking that the phone is like watching your pupils to see if they dilate to amplify it on the algorithm. I tell you, I have seen some TikTok influencers and like some TikTok coaches on the app give some wild conspiracy theories about how the app works. Like, it regulates your videos, it heats certain accounts. And, sometimes I'm like, damn, that may be a little bit true. Like, they're pressing me down and like stifling the views on my account. So that way I post more. And so that way I'm more engaged in the app. They get more watch time. And I've heard some crazy things about how they social engineer the way through the algorithm. But this is by far the most unhinged shit I've ever seen. Like, we're tracking your pupil dilation. Like, what next they're going to tell me the moon landing's fake and the earth is flat. What the hell? Hats off to Carter in Georgia. By far the best comedian in the whole congressional hearing. I loved everything that he was saying.
Can you tell me that?
We do not collect body, face, or voice data to identify our users. We do not. The only thing...
Look at his disbelief. He's like, you're telling me you don't track the pupil dilation like Facebook and Instagram? You should get on that. It helps.
You don't... No. The only face data that you'll get, that we collect, is when you use the filters to have, say, sunglasses on your face. We need to know where your eyes are.
Why do you need to know what the eyes are if you're not seeing if they're dilated?
I have never heard someone say so many wrong things, one after the other, consecutively in a row.
Mr. Chu, as CEO of TikTok, why have you not directed your engineers to change this source code?
Congressman, thank you for the question.
Have you directed them to change the source code?
It's so rude. Like, let the poor guy finish saying thank you at least. He didn't even say anything offensive yet.
Like what we are offering and my fourth commitment.
He's over here like, have we changed the source code? The fuck are you talking about? Also, why would they change the source code? Like, what's the problem there? I mean, maybe I'm ignorant to something, but like, if the TikTok code and algorithm works, like, why the fuck are you going to change it? Like, I'm sure they tweaked it along the way, but that would be like, you've got a great, mug company. Have you not changed the fundamental design of the mug? Like, why does it still have handles? You should change that. Well, because people fucking like the handles on the mug. People fucking like the TikTok algorithm. Why am I going to change that shit?
Have you directed them to change that source code?
Congressman, if you give me a bit of time to just...
No, I don't. It's a yes or no question. Have you directed your engineers to change that source code?
I'm not sure I understand.
Why are you allowing TikTok to continue to have the capacity for censorship, and yet you claim here that you don't? Let me remind you.
So they want them to have the capacity for censorship, but they don't want them to have the capacity for censorship. So if you censor things, you're against free speech. But if you don't censor things, then you're enabling kids to have the NyQuil chicken challenge, and their blood is on your hands, Mr. Shu.
Of something. Do you realize that making false and misleading statements to Congress is a federal crime?
Dude, the fucking intimidation tactics just piss me off. Like, why don't you ask a good question?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So have you directed your engineers to change that source code?
I am giving third-party access monitoring by experts. And Congressman, you are an expert on this. You could agree with me that no other company does this.
Source code is the same as Doan? What percentage?
I can get back to you on the specifics.
Mr. Chu.
God damn. It's just miserable. Just miserable.
Can you say with 100% certainty that neither ByteDance nor TikTok employees can target other Americans with similar surveillance techniques?
Chair Rogers, I first of all disagree with the characterization that is spying. It was an internal investigation.
Yes or no? Can you do surveillance of other Americans?
We will protect the U.S. user data and fire it all from all unwanted foreign access. It's a commitment that we've given to the committee.
So I guess my question is, I wanted to
that's all, folks.
hear you say with 100% certainty that neither ByteDance nor TikTok employees can target other Americans with similar surveillance techniques as you did with the journalist.
I got to be honest, I'm not super up to date with what happened with the journalist, so let me look into that. Okay, so after looking a little bit more into the whole surveillance thing, which I think is the only credible claim or problem that people have with TikTok, because in December, TikTok admitted that ByteDance employees used the app to track the location of journalists reporting critically on the company through their IP addresses. 4 ByteDance employees, both US and China-based, were fired for accessing the data in an apparent effort to identify sources leaking internal company information to reporters. The public trust that we have spent huge effort building is going to be significantly undermined by the misconduct of a few individuals. ByteDance Chief Executive Officer Lyon, I'm sure I said that wrong, said in an internal email published by Emily Baker White, one of the surveilled reporters. I believe the situation will serve as a lesson for us all. And if you look over here, DOJ investigation, this was posted March 18th. And I think, Beijing based is a little bit misleading because the actual American part, from what I understand, the actual American part of the TikTok company is based in the US, California, Texas, or in the Philippines. So there is a subsidiary of it that's based in Beijing. And I think the company did originate from there, but all American data, from what I understand, is handled by the Philippines and in the US. Fact check me on that one to see if that's correct and put it in the comments down below. But from what I understand, that seems a little bit misleading. So there were just a couple people who stole the data and were trying to figure out how information from inside of TikTok was leaking to the press and to the public. And so they tracked these reporters and their location. Now, it wasn't by TikTok. It was by these individuals in particular. And those individuals were investigated and then fired from ByteDance. So it seems like the situation was remedied. Now, my problem with the whole situation is this was some bad actors inside of TikTok. And I do believe that. This is some bad actors inside of TikTok where the owner of TikTok is saying, yeah, we're not trying to do that. And there were a couple bad people who did something we told them they shouldn't be doing. And so we fired them, as opposed to some of these other larger social media companies like Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, who were like, yeah, I, the CEO, made that choice to steal that data and sell it in a way that was not disclosed to the consumers of the application. To me, that's a huge difference. And TikTok's getting a bunch of shit and Mark Zuckerberg's still doing Mark Zuckerberg. And it's like, goddamn, it just drives me fucking batty.
As a conservative from the great state of Texas, I am deeply concerned because every time I...
As a conservative from the great state of Texas, I am deeply concerned.
It's it just couldn't be more perfect. Seth MacFarlane wrote this, right? Like this is straight out of Family Guy.
use the Tic Tac application.
I'm concerned about your Tic Tac application. Those breath mints do not work. They are a travesty upon the breath mint industry. I prefer Orbit Mint Gum. Orbit Mint Gum, my new lobbying sponsor.
I am served nothing but dancing, homosexuals, fluffers, and drag queens. And I'd like you to explain right now how algorithms work.
How come me, as a conservative, am being served up homosexual, fluffer, and drag queen content? I only watch those videos every time they come on. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. And so, does the TikTok algorithm think that I want more homosexual content on my app? Because they're right, but that's your fault, Mr. Chu. Why am I a closeted homosexual? I don't know if he's homosexual, but I just think that's funny.
How you can actually say, and you spoke in your opening statement about a firewall relative to the data. But the Chinese government has that data. How can you promise that will move into the United States of America and be protected here?
Congresswoman, I have seen no evidence that the Chinese government has access to that data. They have never asked us. We have not provided.
Well, you know what?
I
find that actually preposterous.
I find you preposterous. I find it preposterous that the pack of cigarettes I smoke is going to give me lung cancer, but you, sir, are out of hand. Oh, my God. I don't like where is this data coming from? Like, I saw you have high tea with the president of China. I don't know. Did you or did you not write love letters to the leader of China and hand them the data served on a silver platter, sir?
I have looked in. I have seen no evidence of this happening.
I mean, me
in order
either.
to assure everybody here and all our users, our commitment is to move the data into the United States to be stored on American soil by an American company, overseen by American personnel. So the risk will be similar to any government going to an American company asking for data.
How you can actually say...
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's like, and I love how he sticks to his bullet points. He's like, this is the message I'm trying to see. You're not going to knock me off the message, which is great. Whenever you're dealing with legal stuff, you got to hit it over and over again. Same way every time. This happens to me. I've been in court for different court cases with clients and reporting and being an expert witness stuff. You got to stick to your points because they are always going to try and knock you off and get you to say something stupid. So you got to hammer it home. Great for him. Very smart individual. But it's I don't know where they're getting this information from. I mean, maybe I'm ignorant and there is some oversight and connection with the Chinese government. I don't think so. I mean, I think the app is used over there, or a subsidiary of it is used over there, but that data is separate from what I understand.
Okay, so and my last point is this. I want to say this to all the teenagers out there and TikTok influencers who think we're just old and out of touch.
I'm listening. I'm a TikTok influencer.
I don't know what we're talking about, trying to take away your favorite app.
Yep.
You may not care that your data is being accessed now, but it will be one day when you do care about it. And here's the real problem. With data comes power. They can choose what you see and how you see it. They can make you believe things that are not true. They can encourage you to engage in behavior that will destroy your life. Even if it is not happening yet, it could in the future. The long-term goal of the Chinese Communist Party is the demise of the American power, and that starts with our youth. At any moment, they could demand that all of TikTok's data be used to design an AI algorithm with the sole purpose of promoting Chinese interests and destroying our society from within. You want to know why Democrats and Republicans have come together on this? That's why we are so concerned. Thank you, and I yield back.
These conspiracy theories are crazy. Like the president and the CEO of TikTok is more concerned about Americans accessing the data, like the American government accessing the data and doing some shady shit, than really the Chinese Communist Party. I mean, I agree. Chinese Communist Party, piece of shit. I do not support that. I think their express goal is the demise of America and the free world. So I'm with you on that, but I don't see any evidence to say that like TikTok is handing them data so they can create an AI super intelligence that's going to cut right to the core of the Gen Z millennial youth. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's also a really good thing that Dan Crenshaw is not on Facebook because, you know, they could be harvesting his data as well. And that would be, that would be really bad.
Mr. Chu, would TikTok be prepared to divest from ByteDance and Chinese Communist Party ties if the Department of Treasury instructed you all to do so?
Congressman, I said in my opening statement, I think we need to address the problem of privacy. I agree with you. I don't think ownership is the issue here. With a lot of respect, American social companies don't have a good track record with data privacy and user security. I mean, look at Facebook and Cambridge Analytica. Just one example. So I do think that, you know, it is not about the ownership. It is a lot about making sure we have Project Texas, making sure that we're protecting and firewalling U.S. user data from unwanted foreign access, giving third parties to come in to have a look at this, and making sure that everybody is comfortable. We're giving transparency and third-party monitoring, and that's what we're doing for Project Texas.
It's also weird and kind of fucked that like we owe so much money to the Chinese government. And so it's like, I don't know, man. Americans seem pretty scared of the Chinese, which I agree with. I think we should be, you know, nervous about foreign and external surveillance. I don't see that happening with TikTok. Maybe some of the fear is because we do owe so much money to the Chinese government and because our economy is kind of fucked right now.
Mr. Shochu, the head editor of your company is Xi Jinping. It's not. Oh, well, according to this, you have daily meetings with the CCP where you play chess and give them American data. That doesn't happen. Yes or no question. What color is the algorithm?
It's purple. It's purple.
I don't really think that's a yes or no question.
I mean, it's accurate. It's exactly how it's going.
What color is the algorithm? I can't really, it's more complicated. I see you're not willing to answer. Now, TikTok shows a lot of blasphemous and dangerous things to children that could endanger their lives. The video I'm about to show you is very disturbing, but it's what's being shown on TikTok.
I saw this one.
Mr. Shochu, how do you sleep at night knowing that American children are being shown sick, nasty tricks that they could never accomplish? What? Mr.
I love it so much. Well, listen, I am not a political commentator. I am not an expert on intelligence or surveillance, but listen, I was just a little old counselor in Central Florida who had a business that was failing due to COVID. And so in my concern and in my desperation, I turned to social media and I tried a lot of stuff on Instagram trying to build my company and advertise. And then TikTok came around. I heard Gary Vee speak about it and say, hey, if you're a business owner and you want to advertise and you want the free publicity, get on TikTok, make 3 videos a day. And so I did. I made 3 videos every day, and I currently have over 1,800 videos posted on the TikTok platform. I have busted my ass to make sure that this platform and that this community has grown, and it saved my company. It's given me opportunities and abilities that I would have never had in any other way. I'm working with people, I'm traveling, I'm doing things and promoting positive mental health and the connection with our own deeper selves and our emotional well-being that no other app or no other possibility would have afforded me. And so I'm just so grateful for TikTok, and I don't see a lot of the bad things that they're talking about. There's bad things on the app for sure, but TikTok is very quick and very swift, a lot swifter than many of these other apps at shutting these negative things down and protecting its users. And so I've been overwhelmingly impressed with what TikTok has done and the opportunities it's afforded me. It would be a shame if it got closed down. Again, I can't speak about the political stuff. I'm not really educated in that. So, you know, I give my due diligence and my asterisk there. But for me personally, as a content creator who can speak about the app itself, I have seen so many wonderful ideas be shared. I've seen so many amazing communities get built, and I've seen conversations happen on TikTok that haven't been able to happen anywhere else, and definitely not in the same way. I mean, YouTube's probably the closest. But just the nasty Instagram and Facebook stuff. I mean, nobody likes that. It's all fake. It's all hatred. It's all based on controversy. TikTok is the only app that I know that actually does promote positivity, learning, growth, understanding, conversation. And they've done it in such a really incredible way that I appreciate so much. It's changed the conversation around social media, around my topic of mental health, and around just being a better human in general. I mean, a lot of that stuff where like people are going out and helping people and like filming it, like happened because of those short TikTok videos and the kind of the growth of Mr. Beast. So it's just this wonderful opportunity. I hope that it stays around. A lot of this stuff is honestly making me very nervous. So please do subscribe on YouTube. I will always continue to make content. And so I guess it will have to live here on YouTube if TikTok really does get banned, but that's just a shame. It's just a shame. So we'll see how this plays out. Stay tuned here and I'll let you know. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.